Aloha, everybody. I'm Anahola Joe Pahukula, and this afternoon it's KIF football coming to you from Vidino Stadium. It'll be the 1-1 Waimea Menehune taking on the 0-3 Kauai High School Red Raiders. It's their homecoming. Kauai High School looking for their first points of the season, also their first win of the season. I expect a pretty good game here at Vidino Stadium, so everybody stay tuned. Pre-game show coming up. This afternoon, we're at Vidino Stadium for KIF football. It'll be Waimea against Kauai High School, the second time they'll meet this season. And right now, I've got Menehune head coach Jason Caldera and coach. You know, like I just asked you, man, the last few weeks it seemed like it took forever to get here. Huh?
Longer than forever, and then some, yeah.
What do you guys do, or what did you guys do in the meantime?
Just regroup. We had to heal the body, and then after a loss like that, you kind of got to heal the soul too, you know. So just went back to fundamentals. And just try to keep on rebuilding.
I hate to bring the bad news to you, but you know your team coming into this and they're last in offense, but second in defense. Mm-hmm. Which way do you balance this thing out?
I mean, I don't know. Good question. Good question. You know, I wish I had the answer, but we just keep working every day. We just keep working on whatever our flaws and just try to get stronger over there, and then whatever our strengths we just keep trying to maintain and just keep working on our weaknesses and stuff. So we've been consistently inconsistent, you know what I mean? So just trying to change the culture. It doesn't, definitely wish it was a lot faster, but it takes time, and I got to be patient. You know, I got to be patient, and we just got to keep on installing that into the kids. Just keep on driving, you know.
No, offensively, have you guys figured out what could be the problem? Because I know in the preseason you guys ran wild over everybody. In the KIF, things have been a little bit more difficult, huh?
I mean, it starts with the O-line. You know, they got to sustain their blocks. They got to fire off, and you know, yeah, I guess, you know, confusion could be a lot. You know, when they come on the line and they see looks that they're not prepared for and stuff, cause a lot of confusion. But you know, when we go back watch the film, and it's there. It's just executing, you know, and a lot has to do with our execution and effort, and effort on the O-line. You know, I know it's not a glorious spot, but people just got to take that to heart, you know, and they got to understand that that's the heart and soul of the offense, no matter what, you know. So if we're moving, it's because of you, and if we're not moving, it's because of you. So these kids just got to take that to their heart, you know, and just got to embrace the O-line repertoire, you know.
You know, your running back situation, you've kind of shared the wealth this year. Mm-hmm. Have you finally settled on a guy or two that's going to be your main horses?
No. Actually, we're without Cody this afternoon. He played with a dislocated shoulder and a separated shoulder last game. So we're still trying to find that guy, trying to move it around and try to see what's going on. You know, during practice, during the beginning of the year, we really felt like we had 6 guys that could touch the ball and that it could work out, you know, and trying to go in a two-way plan. Coming into this game, you know, for the first time that I've been coaching, we have just one set offense, one set defense. So in this game, we got Kylan Castillo and Jacob Rapinot starting off as the 2 running backs, and they'll be sharing time with Ardino Ned and Lana Kila Gushigan, and along with some Justin Fooney.
I know, you know, your guys' theory is offensively, you guys want to run the ball, you want to establish the run, mm-hmm. But you feel you're going to have to throw the ball a lot more and a lot more effectively than you guys have done in the first 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we want to throw the ball a lot more, you know, but you know, we have a sophomore quarterback and a freshman quarterback, and you know, sometimes it's a lot. You have to ask them. You know, they're both talented and stuff, but we do want to throw the ball more, but we don't want to go away from what we've been doing. You know, we came in this season. We want to try to establish the run. We believe in our hearts that we can do that. You know, and our game plan is not to pass anyway. You know, it's play action, and it starts with the run. So, and if we can't run, then you know, we're going to be one-dimensional. So that's one thing we want to get away from. We don't want to be one-dimensional.
You know, when you look at the Red Raiders, I mean, statistically, you guys are pretty 2 even teams. You know, when you really look at it, what is the one thing you guys got to do offensively and defensively that you know, to beat Kauai High School today?
We gotta hustle them. for sure. I love the way they, I mean, though the score didn't see it, I thought they played a hell of a game the last game. I thought the coaches did a great job holding Kapaa just one offensive touchdown. I thought Coach Tanaka did a great job defensively, and I expect him to do a better one against us too. And I think offensively they're starting to get their rhythm. You know, they're just, you know, we're very similar in you know, in a lot of ways, you know, with our quarterback, you know, 2 young quarterbacks and, you know, a fresh O-line, no returners from the year before, trying to find the groove, trying to get the system into them. So, you know, we're going on our 2nd year, but this is a new system. This is something that, this is our 1st year we're running this offense, so kind of just like Kauai High. So I can understand what Coach Burrell is going through and what they're feeling though.
Are you guys, is your team, your guys, anxious to hit somebody in the opposite colored jersey?
I hope so.
It's been a while, like we said.
Yeah, it's been, yeah. They're always anxious before the games, you know. Last game, you know, they were really anxious, and I think they kind of like, you know, their age kind of showed. You know, their age kind of showed, and you know, but they're very competitive kids. They're always anxious to come out and play someone else. You know, it's just in the middle of the game, you know, can we hold our composure? Can we keep our heart going? You know, our brains? That's the one we seem to lose ourselves. You know, I was seeing things. I was like, what kind of formation was that? We never taught that formation, and it was even one time I was like, our cornerback was lined up behind a linebacker, and I was like, what the? You know what I mean? It was, you know, if we can focus, you know, and that's the hard part about having a lot of sophomores in there and juniors is it's when the bright lights are on, you know, and everybody's looking, you know, it's, you know, you tell them to act like you've been there before, but the truth is they haven't been there before, you know what I mean? So they're virgins to this, and they're very nervous, you know. So,
it's more than their mom and dad in the stands.
It's more than their mom and dad, you know. Everybody's looking at them, and we're with the #1 team, and you know, and everybody's telling me about Bula Rapakon, and like, oh my God, Bula's bigger than he seems, and you know, but not to get anxious and nervous, you know. It's just trying to keep the composed. But the good news is we went through it one time already. We can only get better, you know, and all the nervousness should be out, you know, and. You know, we've been there already, so I'm kind of anxious. I'm hoping that today that there'll be a lot more focus, and you know, we'll act like we've been there before.
Well, right on. Thank you much. Have a good one. Huh?
Yeah.
Have a good one. Huh?
I always appreciate everything you do.
Okay, Jay.
Support Kauai Sports. Thank you guys.
That was Waimea head coach Jason Calderas. He gets his team ready for this afternoon's battle against the Kauai High School Red Raiders here at Vedina Stadium. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we'll visit the other locker room and we'll talk Red Raider football with their head coach, Derek Barrero.
You're going to play it for harder, bringing up a 2nd and 6.
It's Kauai High School versus Waimea in KIF football today at Vedina Stadium. It'll be the Red Raiders homecoming. Something is usually a nightmare for coaches, but this guy's been through all of it, so it should be no problem. Red Raider head coach Derek Barrero. I know we missed you last week. How's the prognosis this week?
Oh, much better. Yeah, I had a little bit of that shingles thing, so he pretty much flatlined me for about 4 or 5 days, but I'm feeling much better. Thank you.
Like that's a TV thing. I see that commercial all the time. Huh?
You know, it was a difficult time. You know, I found out on Friday that I had this shingles, and doctor said absolutely isolation for at least 3 or 4 days, and that was my worst nightmare, man. But I'm feeling better now. Thank you.
I know you got a different look at the game last week. Did that help you or make you see it in a different perspective?
Actually, yes, it really did help me. You know, watch the game from a fan's point of view and also a coach point of view, and you know, I was able to see a lot of things that we're not doing very good at. You know, so we spent a lot of time in fixing some of this small stuff. You know, I mean, the good thing about it is, you know, everything that we're doing wrong is fixable. You know, along with a young team that we have. So we worked hard. We put the hours in watching film, and we put the hours in doing the physical stuff on the field, and then the mental side of the game. So I think we're prepared for this game today.
What was that?
I know, huh? Yeah.
You know, even though you guys still didn't get points on the board. I thought your quarterback played a whole lot better. I thought your defense played very good last week.
Yeah, and of course, special teams. We spent some time on that punt team because that's been a nemesis, right? That's been a weak side of our special teams right now. So we spent a lot of time at that. It was a moral victory. I told the team that's a sign of a team that's moving in the right direction. That we can play a team like that. A Division II, #1 state team in the state and perform the way we did. So the opportunity to bounce back like that was a good thing. It's a good thing for us.
While you're at home, you're watching a game on Kauai Sports, HAWAIISTREAM. Were you able to take notes? Because during the game, with the flow of everything, you kind of just sit there and write something down. But this way, were you able to take notes that you probably would have missed during the game?
Yes, believe me. When I turned you guys on, I had a piece of paper and a pencil there, and I took a lot of notes. And outside of that, I had an opportunity to go through the film that we would normally take and just go over stuff that we're really struggling at. And again, a lot of stuff is physical and a lot of stuff is mental. So.
Mom bust out some of that patelle thing. Make you feel better?
A little bit. Patelle without ganduri rice, it's not patelle. So, yeah.
But as we focus in on Waimea, last time they got you guys over on the west side. It was a pretty good game that you guys were in it to the very end. What do you guys got to do against Waimea to change that?
Well, we cannot give them an opportunity to hit another gear. And what I mean by that is, giving them turnovers, throwing interceptions, shooting ourselves in the foot. Their offense is quite simple, but they execute very well. And those young men are very, very hungry. So what we got to do is we got to limit our mistakes. Okay, we got to play solid D, and we got to be able to get that ball in the end zone. To help out our defense because, like last week, our defense did a real good job. Last time Kapaa, put 52 on us, and we basically on the offensive side shut them down to 10 points aside of the special teams boo-boos that we had. So against Waimea, if you're not disciplined against them and you're not coming out and giving you 100%, they're gonna run you over.
I thought in the last game at one point probably. Starting the early third into the fourth, I thought their offense got really comfortable where they could almost just hand it to anybody and they were picking up yards. Did you see that as well in that first game against Waimea?
Yeah, I saw that. You talking about Waimea? Waimea's offense?
Yeah.
Waimea, yeah. And you can see, like I said, it doesn't look like they have many plays in their playbook, okay, but they perfect what they got. It looks like 5 to 6 just go-to plays, and they're gonna run that to perfection. So, if we're not in the right position, if we're not disciplined, and we're not doing our assignment, okay, it's gonna be a long day.
At practice, I know things can get heated at times. Or has it been frustrating where guys are kind of fighting each other over the offense, not being able to get the ball in the end zone?
It's gotten to that point. It's gotten to that point at practice, and it's something that I like to see. Okay, because when that's happening, it's nothing personal, but you can see that they care, and that's all we ask for. Each and every day that they compete, even to the point that they want to swing. There's nothing wrong with that at the game of football. At the end of the day, they know we leave everything on the field, and we're just trying to compete. These boys want to win. They want to score, and they want to win. So it's a pleasant thing to see as a head coach, to see that they still got that drive in them.
Let's get a win on homecoming.
Thank you very much.
That was Red Raider head coach Derek Barrera as he gets his team set for today's battle against the Menehune here at Vidina Stadium. We're going to take a break. When we get back, we should be ready for the opening kickoff. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. Aloha. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this afternoon's broadcast. We've got KIF football, and today we've got the 1-1 Menehune against the 0-3 Red Raiders here at Medina Stadium. And I'm on a hole of Joe Pahukula, and I've got my partner Rod Green with me. And today should be a very good game.
Yep.
17-0 in their last effort.
I'm expecting a good game. It's Kauai's homecoming. And the last time was Manera's first game out, starting quarterback. So it'll be interesting to see as Kauai is going to receive how Kauai's offense does this game. I'm expecting a really good game.
So kicking off and they're going to use a holder this time for the Waimea Menehune. And Taniguchi is out. He had an injured shoulder, so we're not going to see him today. It's Justin Fune will kick off for the Red Raiders. Low line drive. It'll bounce at the 4 and into the end zone. Touchback. And Kauai High School will get the ball first and 10 at their own 20.
Yeah, Fune puts some leg into that one, so that's got to be a good start for Waimea.
So let's see who we come out. It's going to be Christian Manera who will trot out there at quarterback for the Red Raiders. Manera on the season is 28%. He is 7 of 25. He's thrown 4 picks on the year. In fact, Kauai High School, their 2 quarterbacks have combined for 7 interceptions on the season.
Yeah, in all fairness, Manera, like I said, when they played, he played his first game starting against Waimea and then going up against the powerhouse that Kapaa Warriors are.
Here's the give to Butak. He'll go right up the middle, danced around a little, across the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and Butak will get a couple of yards. He's averaging 13 yards a game, 3.3 a carry.
Yeah, Butak has been solid on the offensive and defensive end of the ball so far this season.
So it'll bring you 2nd and 8 for the Red Raiders. First early going here at the Vidina Stadium. Shotgun Manera. He's got a receiver and a stop to the near side. One back, that's Butak. They'll give it to him again, right up the middle. And he'll get a yard on the play. Maybe he squeezed out 2, but it looks like they'll give him just a yard.
Yeah, Waimea is showing that they're consistently tough defensively, and I don't expect anything to change today. So as we've been saying all season, want to see a little bit more imagination from Kauai High School's offense, but it's early yet. We'll see what happens.
They'll send a receiver far to the wide side. Shotgun Manera, 3rd and 7, so it's a pickup of 1 for Butak. And they'll give it to him again and spins away from traffic. He'll get the first down. Oh, I thought he had the first down. They're going to hold him about a half-yard short. Now, if they mark it on the far side official, he's got it. But the near side officials they'll go with, he'll be just a little short.
Yeah, he's going to be shy of that first down.
So
great effort by Butak, getting away from the first defender.
So Butak did a good spin-a-rooney to get away from traffic. However, if he goes straight up the field, the hash mark, he's got the first down, but he bounced outside, and that's when he got in trouble.
Yeah.
Here's the Alvarado Planes to kick it away for Kauai High School. And I ain't got a number for the return man. In fact, that's 23. That's going to be Miguel. Low kick by Planes takes a Waimea bounce, and it'll be down at the 45-yard line by Quinton Munden. And the Menehune will start their first offensive possession in great shape at their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, Menehune got to be feeling pretty good about that field position right now. So
Waimea opens up their offense, averaging 85.5 yards a game. Tell you what, not numbers you'd brag about, but they're 1-1 on the season.
That they are, and they have played Kauai High School earlier this season. They beat Kauai 17-0, so they got to be feeling good about themselves.
In motion, Fune. And that's Layson Montemeyer who opens up at quarterback. They go straight up the middle, and it looks like we got a fumble on the play. And let's see, Kauai High School says they've got it, but the umpire is going to mark it as a 2-yard gain.
I think that's a good call by the official. Rappernot with a nice carry. Looks like he was down he lost the ball after he was down, so definitely a good spot.
So Layson Montemeyer, freshman, will get the start at quarterback. Shot, no, they'll go under center for Montemeyer. Split backs, in motion Fune. They're going to give it to...
Flag.
That's going to be Simao Castillo, but the flag will stop play before it even got started. More than likely against the Menehune.
Yep, looks like they're marching back.
Kelvin Moniz, tonight's or this afternoon's referee, discussing with Sean McGurn, the far side official. Still haven't gotten a call yet.
Can you guys hear me now?
It's going to be offside.
So it's probably lined up in a neutral zone against the Menehune. I guess the mic is broken too. So it'll be 2nd and 11 for Waimea. 9:28 to go here in the first.
Okay, you can take me now.
So Simao Castillo and Rapanat open up at quarterback. I mean, running back, sorry. In motion, Fune, and a fumble on the play. And Montemeyer's right there to recover it. And it's going to be more bad news for the Menehune, make it 2nd and 13.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for the Menehune, but what I liked about Montemayor, he fumbled the ball. He didn't try to make something out of nothing. He did what you're supposed to do, just drop on the ball, maintain possession. You still got 3rd down.
So Montemeyer in the offseason attended the Vinny Passes quarterback camp over on Oahu at St. Louis. So he's got a lot of education under that helmet. And play action, he's going to throw it, rolling right. He's got a lot of room if he gets around the corner. Wow, he can't get around the corner. And they're going to throw him for a huge loss. And I'm trying to get a number on the person that sacked him. And I
Looks like
think
it was Travis Gerard, I think, with that hit.
I think it's going to be Franklin Posse.
Was it?
I'm going to be on the kicker.
Or whatever, whoever it was, it's a 3-yard loss on a play. And here's the punt by the Menehune. That is Ranson Pashan. And that's dropped and going the wrong way. Here's Nakahiki Young coming to the near side. He's across the 30-yard line. We've got a late penalty flag. Rapanat brings him down to 32-yard line. And this could go against the Red Raiders. And let's see, they haven't given us an indication yet. And the officials are pointing at the Red Raiders, so this will go against Kauai High School. And both teams, in their first offensive possession, safe to say, is not a very good job by either offenses.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. The game is young.
So a block in the back against the Red Raiders. They'll move them half the distance to the goal line. I guess the penalty was somewhere between the 20 and the 15. So Red Raider football at their own 8-yard line.
You know, based on the return, it looks like that block was totally unnecessary. I don't even know if it would have had an effect on the play.
So they've got Naka, receiver in a slot to the near side. This time, I thought I saw Balissa Khan go into the game, and he is. In motion, that's number 88, that's Ho'opi'i. He's going to go the other way as they give it to him on a slot handoff. Gets it to the 10-yard line. We'll call it the 11. A pickup of 3 yards in a play for Noah Ho'opi'i. So make it 2nd and 7 for Ho'opi'i, for the Red Raiders. Ho'opi'i getting a handoff out of that slot position.
Yeah, that seems to be the Red Raiders, one of their bread and butter plays.
So 7:25 left in the first. Shotgun Monera. He'll put the slot in motion, coming to the near side. They give it to Ho'opi'i again. Coming to the near side, he's got some room and some blocking across the 10 out to the 14-yard line. And the receiver on that side, that was Jasper Jacinto, just couldn't hold that block long enough for Ho'opi'i to turn the corner.
Yeah, that was a nice open field tackle by Ian Malabe right there.
So it's going to be about a 2-yard gain for Ho'opi'i. So 2 carries, 5 yards. This will bring up 3rd and 5. You know, this is a bad time to say this. Usually you say this in the third or the fourth quarter, but the Red Raiders definitely, desperately need a first down here. Just because of the way the season is gone. Shotgun Manera is going to hand it off to Butak up the middle, looking for some room. Across the 15, pushing that pile out to the 20, to the 21-yard line. We got a penalty flag on the play. If it stands, it's going to be a first down on the 8-yard carry.
Call holding against
but
the
it's
Red
going to be a
Raiders.
holding against the Red Raiders. They'll bring that back.
Yeah, Butak had a good run for a first down, but you got to bring that back now. It seems to be the story this season for the Red Raiders as far as the penalties.
So Derek Barrero back on the sideline for Kauai High School. Did not get to their interview, but he's excited to be back. So they'll move that ball back to the 7th. We'll redo third down. Now 3rd and 11 for Kauai High School. And really, they just haven't, well, it's kind of been through the whole season, but in this game, they've had the opportunities, but just could not, mistakes have held them back.
It'll be interesting to see what the play call is here.
Butak to the left of Manera. They'll put Ho'opi in motion again. They give it. No, Manera will keep it. Trying to get outside. Gets hit at the 6. Takes it out to the 8-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 2, but still well short of the first down. And the Red Raiders are going to punt it.
Yeah, Red Raiders have yet to have a pass attempt this game.
5:50 to go here in the first quarter. No score, early going. 4th and 10 for Kauai High School. Alvarado Planes back to kick for the Red Raiders. Avery Miguel at his own 44-yard line. Waiting on the snap. Good snap to Planes. A high kick, but the wind's going to hold it up. And that's going to bounce, take a Red Raider bounce as it first hit at the 26. Crosses the 35 to the 38-yard line. And the Menehune once again has got incredible field position on a wedge shot. That's usually a lob wedge, and hit a short one there. Nice backspin.
Yeah, definitely a break for the Menehune on the short punt, although the Red Raiders did get the lucky bounce there. But Menehune's in a great position. See if they can capitalize on it.
Montemar looks over his offense. Now in the center. Looks to his left. He'll put Funi in motion. And they're going to give it to Simao Castillo up the middle. He's got a hole. He's across the 30. They pick him up and throw him forward for about 2, maybe 3 yards. Gets it out to the 27-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of 9. He should be a little short of the first down.
That was a great run. Nice defensive stop, but not until he got a lot of yardage there. Like you said, 9 yards. That's exactly what the Menehune are looking for.
In fact, they'll give him the 10 yards for the first down. And really, the Red Raiders doing a pretty dumb thing. They're trying to make it have an ESPN play of the day type thing. They pick him up and shove him forward. If they just bring him down, they hold him short by 2 yards.
Yeah, actually, that was Butak with the initial contact that lifted him up.
Menehune switching on the O-line, almost like Keystone Cops out there. Split backs behind Montemar. They're going to call a timeout. Smart call by the Menehune coaches. First break comes with 5:01 to go in the first. We've got no score here at Vedina Stadium. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports. And Jams 98.1 will take a 60-second timeout. We'll be right back.
Changing your battery with Napa know-how. First, rip out the dead one, then drop in a new Napa Legend. Red to red, black to black. Boom, done. Now go help Junior with his project. First place. Nice. Conquer the job like you conquer life with Napa know-how.
There's Montemar back to throw, goes down the middle of the field, incomplete. Great play defensively by Sean Ebwing for Kauai High School, and incomplete. That'll bring up a second down for the Menehune.
I love the play call. I love the play call.
Funi, the intended receiver for the Menehune. Nice throw by Montemeyer, just kind of threw it into coverage. I'll tell you what, when you're a drag racer, nothing really phases you. And Montemeyer does drive for his grandfather's team. Here's Rapin out to the left side, almost to the 20-yard line, call it the 21. Gain of about 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5 for Rapinat.
Yeah, Yadal Parissima and looked like Franklin Passy on the stop there.
We got 4:35 remaining here in the first. Still no score, but the Menehune in the red zone. They've got it at the 20-yard line. In motion for the Menehune, that's Gushigan Bankwell. Here's a handoff to Rapinat across the line of scrimmage out near the 15-yard line. But we've got a penalty flag on the play, and they're going to call a holding against the Menehune. And it really seems like, kind of like the Red Raiders, that when the Menehune get something going, a bad mistake, a penalty, brings them back.
Yeah, that's been the story of both of these teams all season, unfortunately.
So Calvin Moniz, today's right hat, discussing with the Red Raider captains, and they're going to accept the penalty and back them up. So they put the ball down at the 29-yard line, make it 3rd and about, we'll call it 13. So receiver on each side for the Menehune, split backs, under center Montemeyer. In motion, Gushigan Bankwell, rolling right is Montemeyer, is going to throw it short, almost picked off. That was Quinton Munden who got a hand on it, but that's about it, could not bring it in. Incomplete, that'll bring a 4th down for the Menehune. It was intended for 88, Connor Donaher, the tight end. So 4th down, do the Menehune go for it or try to field it? They're going to bring in the tee, and Fune is going to attempt the field goal. It's going to be a 45-yard attempt. This is right on the edge of his range. Montemeyer's the holder. Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. He's got enough juice, but he's going to hook it. And that's going to be way to the left. However, Red Raiders get the ball at their own 20, 1st and 10, 4:03 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's a little windy. Not sure if the wind had any effect on the kick, but definitely enough leg. But like you said, he pulled it way to the left. Blown opportunity for the Menehune there.
No score here in the first quarter, 4:03 to go. See Coach Barrero back from the DL. He said it was a 2-day, about a 4-day DL due to the shingles.
Yeah, he had some issues last week. Good to see him back in the fold, though.
He didn't want to admit it, but I know his mom's going to cook him some patele to make Junior Boy feel all good again.
Make it all better.
He didn't want to admit it so people don't go asking for some extras. Receiver stop to the near side. They'll put the hole P in motion. They fake it to him. They give it to Butak right up the middle. There's a big hole. He gets it to the 30, to the 31-yard line. And that's going to be an 11-yard pickup for Damian Butak. And that's going to be a Red Raider 1st down.
Nice run by Butak. He's shown he's consistently there as far as he's always keeping his legs moving. For the most part, he always runs north-south, and that's what you love to see from your running back.
3:52 to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. They've got the ball at their own 31-yard line. Single receiver to the near side. That's Jasper Jacinto, all 5'6". Are you kidding me? He's got to be 5'5", no better than 5'5". They fake it. Manera with the ball. He's going to be brought down for a loss. And coming up with the tackle is number 56, making a great play for the Menehune Diaz, Macana Ruiz, 5'10", 180.
Yeah, if I'd have known any better, I thought that was Lawrence Taylor down there making that tackle. Jeez.
So 2nd and 12, loss of 2 on the play. Ball at the 29-yard line. 3-0. That brings up another trivia question. What college did LT go to?
Oh, don't start. Don't start.
Well, you missed the last one on your favorite team. Receiver in a slot to the near side, and they're going to hand it off. Nope, Monera's going to keep it. Oh, he's in trouble. Oh, gets a couple of great blocks, and another block downfield. Gets it out to the 38-yard line. 9-yard, we'll call it a 7-yard pickup. That'll be a third and about maybe 3 to go.
Nice run by Monera. Finally stopped by Athens Acosta, number 65.
Well, you got an answer for me?
What college did LT go to?
I'm going to give you a huge hint. MJ went to the same school.
Oh, North Carolina. Tar Heel, of course.
3rd and 3, ball at the 38-yard line. I'm full of it, you know, especially those. So be ready.
All right.
They're going to hand it off to Butak. Butak's got some room in the middle of that line, across the line of scrimmage, and he'll cross the first down marker as he advances out to the 43-yard line. Gain of 5, first down Red Raiders.
Raiders are sustaining a nice drive right now. The question is, when are they going to have their first pass attempt?
And I'm not going to criticize anybody, but if you don't got enough black paint, just leave it white. Or black, or green. Shotgun, come on, who can miss that? Shotgun Monera, they're going to give it to Butak. He's at midfield, running hard, running tough, and he's pulling 2 white shirts across the 45 to the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a pickup of 15 yards, and that's going to be a first, we'll call it 16 yards, first down Red Raiders.
I tell you what, Butak keeps running like he's on a mission like that. They won't have to pass at all.
In fact, the Red Raiders are going to record their 4th penalty of the first quarter. That's going to erase a nice run by Butak.
Stop.
You know, the crazy thing is we've had 2 holding penalties against the Red Raiders that could have gone for probably would have gone for first downs. And the funny thing is the umpire didn't throw any one of those flags.
It's a good observation.
$1:42 to go here in the first quarter. As the clock continues to move near a minute and a half. Shotgun Monera. They've got Ballistican in the game, but as a slot to the right side. Play out. No, they're going to fake it. Here's Monera with the football. Gets pulled down from the shirt tails across the 35 to the 36. We'll call it a pickup of 3 yards. But when you look at all the yards that he's picking up, it's really not going anywhere because of penalties.
Exactly. Red Raiders are shooting themselves in the foot so far. Butak is back in the game now.
Ruiz on the tackle for the blue and white. Inside of a minute here at Vedina Stadium. Still no score in the first quarter. They'll send a receiver. That's Abao and Jacinto to the near side. Remember, Abao was a starting quarterback throughout the preseason and the first game. Monera with the handoff. Butak straight up the middle. Across the 40. He fumbles the football. And it looks like one of the Menehune is right there. And I think that's going to be Miguel who scoops it up, and it is. At the 49-yard line of Kauai High School. First turnover of the game. So a nice pickup. For about 11 yards, turns into a Red Raider fumble and a turnover.
Yeah, Miguel with the recovery there. Real heads-up play on the defensive side of the ball.
So the Red Raiders, who is last in the league in turnover ratio at -7, now make it -8. And I'll tell you, when you're 0-3 and you haven't scored, that's a huge number. That's a huge number. They give it to Fune on a slot handoff into Red Raider territory, pulled down from behind by Pili Mahoy for the Red Raiders, not into a gain of 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, that's a nice game by the Miniuni.
So Fune gets his first carry of the day. Pickup of 4. That's the last play of the first quarter. And we'll switch sides about 10 yards, and we'll begin quarter number 2 in about 67 seconds. So there we go. The end of the first quarter, no score here at Vedina Stadium. We'll take a 60-second break. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back at Medina Stadium. Started the second quarter, no score. You know, the Kapaa band's got Bang Bang. These guys have got Animal by Maroon 5. I mean, come on, I can spend a couple of quarters to get a different song in there. Here's the handoff, Fune to the near side. The 45, in fact, that's Gushigan Bankwell. He'll get it out to the 46-yard line. A pickup of a yard, excuse me, the 44-yard line. Pickup of a yard, make it 3rd and 5.
And that was a nice tackle by Butak, not allowing him to cut the corner there.
So Bankwell, Gushigan gets his first carry of the afternoon. Sorry, I got that mixed up. It's Gushigan Bankwell. I know to some people it matters, but under center, Montemeyer in motion. Gushigan Bankwell, they give it to the right side. That's going to be, I think that's going to be Simao Castillo. Oh, excuse me, that's number 14. That's Kiaka Wisniewski, the starting, well, used to be starting quarterback. He'll get a couple of yards in a play. It'll be 4th and about a half yard. So Quinton Munden gets the tackle for the Red Raiders there. So both coaches using their former starting quarterback in other ways.
Are they going to measure this?
And it looks like we may get our second measurement of the season. Comes with 11:02 remaining here in the second quarter. Still no score at Medina Stadium. I know the Rainbows should be somewhere towards the end of the first quarter at Camp Randall. All I know is it's crazy because I'll just go ahead and flat out admit it. I hate the Packers.
Oh, well, I'm with you there.
We really don't care about the Badgers. However, two stadiums I really would love to see a game at is Lambeau Field and Camp Randall.
They're just getting it right.
So that's one of the crazy things about sports. Another crazy thing is that Kapaa averages about 30. Their offense averages about 35 yards, 35 points per game, and still haven't scored in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter, that's an amazing statistic. I remember when you first brought that up. I still can't believe that one.
So 4th and about half a yard, not even half a yard. We're talking, a Costco hot dog is what we're talking, which is about a half yard, I think. But if you throw in the swirl, the chocolate vanilla swirl, then yeah. 4th and half a chocolate swirl and a hot dog at Costco. Split backs, movement by the Menehune, and that's totally going to change the decision by Coach Caldera. They'll probably go ahead and punt it now.
And I was just about to commend the Menehune for coaching staff for going for it. I love the play calling to go for it on 4th down. But like we've been saying all year, the teams are shooting themselves in the foot with penalties.
So Wisniewski comes in to punt for the Menehune. Remember, Taniguchi, who's their normal punter, is out hurt. In fact, I was told played that Kapaa game with a separated shoulder. Here's the kick by Wisniewski, high, headed towards the sideline. No doubt the wind pushed that out of bounds. And the official's going to mark it wow.
That's a good spot.
At about the 13-yard line.
Wow.
1st and 10 for the Menehune at the 18-yard line. And don't forget the Menehune defense, 2nd in the league, averaging, giving up 260 yards per game. So 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. And again, well, I've got a word for it, but we're not going to say that on the radio or TV. But both teams kind of hammer, my normal saying is they're hammering the 35s. And here's Butak straight up the middle. And he fumbles the football. And looks like one of the Red Raiders jumped on it, and he did. And it's going to be at the 16-yard line. Loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, Noah Ho'opi'i was able to come up with the ball for the Red Raiders as Butak comes out of the game.
Tell you what, when you get the fumbleitis like that, that's never a good thing, because that's a good way to find your Okole on the bench.
Yeah, especially this deep in their own territory. You don't want to give the ball up on this end of the field.
I'm not sure why they just don't go to 32 in the backfield. They'll put Nakahiki Young now behind Manera. He'll put Ho'opi'i in motion. They'll fake it to him. They give it to Nakahiki Young, trying to hash marks. He's got some room in the middle, out to the 25-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 8, but still about 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Justin Balisican hasn't got any carries so far this game.
So Nakahiki Young gets about 8 on the play, and Vaika Core on the tackle for the Menehune. Shotgun Manera, he's going to hand it off to Nakahiki Young again. And he pulled a Menehune defender for about 2, maybe 3 yards. He's going to be very close to the 29-yard line, which is the gain line to make for the first down. And they are going to give him a 2-yard gain. First down, Red Raiders.
Raiders able to move the chains there. That's just what they're looking for.
You know, Nakahiki Young, not one of the bigger guys. 5'8", 175, but he pulled a Menehune for a good 3 yards.
Yeah, he definitely kept his legs moving.
And I'll tell you what, whoever that guy was going to catch it in the film session tomorrow. Manera puts Ho'opi'i in motion. And they give it to Ho'opi'i, coming to the near side. Breaks one tackle to 30, now to 35. Good block on the perimeter by Kaivi Naradasai Beho across the 35 to the 37. Gain of about 8 yards on the play.
Yeah, Pashon with the tackle there. Nice tackle.
8:20 to go here in the first. Still no score. I mean, it's just one of those things, man. You're going to see a nice wear-out pattern between the 35s. And that's never a good thing. 8:09 left in the first half. Receiver in a slot to the far side. Single receiver to the near side, Naradasai Beho. And that's Nakahiki Young spins out of traffic, still pulling a white shirt with him. And he'll be tackled at the 36-yard line. Loss of a yard on the play, and I believe hanging on for dear life for the Menehune was number 11. That's Ranson Pashan.
Yeah, he was in on the last play as well. One thing about these Red Raider running backs is they definitely all know how to keep their legs moving despite the first hit, which is what you love to see out of your running backs. I would have loved to have seen a pass play on that last one, though.
3rd and 2. Ball at the Red Raider 37. Manera just wiped his hands. He's going to throw the ball here. No, he's going to hand it off. Nakahiki Young straight up the middle, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Still short of the first down.
Yeah, like you called it at best. I think they may take a yard away from him. Oh, they're going to give him a yard on that.
Still short of the first down. Red Raiders sending the punt team. And Miguel goes back to receive the punt. He'll stand at his own, we'll call it the 27-yard line. Okay, he's going to make me look bad, and he's going to go back to about the 21-yard line. Alvarado Planes, good snap. Here's the kick. High, but not very far. It'll bounce somewhere about the Waimea 40. Takes a great Red Raider roll and bounce. Ball is somewhere about the 25-yard line, and that's where they'll down it, 1st and 10. And what was a really bad punt turned into a fairly decent punt. 6:34 to go here in the first half, excuse me. No score here at Vedina Stadium. And it is the Red Raiders homecoming, so we'll get some entertainment at the break. In fact, saw the Red Raider homecoming thing go down Thursday. I was here at the stadium. Got to watch some of that. So 1st and 10 for the Menehune at the 25. Split backs, one receiver. Looks like Funi in motion. He'll give it to him, trying the near side. Across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. And I don't think that was Funi. Yeah, it was Funi on the carry for the Menehune. Gets a couple of yards on the play.
Yeah, it's a defensive struggle so far for both teams, and the penalties have definitely hurt Kauai High School.
That's funny. It's one of those things, you say potato, I say potato. You say defensive struggle, which, yeah, I guess you could. I say offensive trouble. Here's the handout. Whoa! Kalen Simao Castillo leveled somebody in red.
Yeah, that was
and that guy took a tumble a couple of times as Simao Castillo gets it out to the 32-yard line. Gain of 5, but still short of the first down.
Yeah, it looked like Butak got the bad end of that collision.
Oh, he caught the very bad end of that one. Oh, my goodness. They're going to give him some rash and films tomorrow, let me tell you.
But you know Butak is a gamer, and he bounces right back up, so he'll be looking to dish it out once he gets the ball in his hands again.
3rd and 3 from the Waimea 32. And in motion, Fune will go straight up the middle. And I think that was...
Ardino Ned with the carry there.
Ardino Ned gets a carry for the Red Raiders. He'll get just a couple of yards. And he is going to still be short of the first down. It'll be 4th down for the Menehune. So Ardino Ned, we've seen him line up at receiver, slot, now the running back. And looks like Wisniewski to punt it. We got a penalty flag.
Oh.
And Waimea's fortunate that was the penalty flag came out. It was an ugly looking punt, let me tell you. In fact, you know what it looked like? If anybody saw it online a couple of days ago, it was a high school game in Texas.
Offense, 5
It was
yards.
a field goal
First
attempt,
down.
and the ball barely got 6 feet off the ground, hit the umpire in his forehead,
Saw that.
goes over the goalpost for a field goal. I mean, I know you take the theory that it went through the goalpost, it's good, we'll take it. But that was so darn ugly. To show some pride, just turn the 3 down. Another bad punt by the Menehune, bounces at the Menehune 48, takes a bit of a Menehune bounce to Kauai High School 48, and Kauai High School's got great field position.
Yeah, Kauai's got good field position. We'll see if they can do anything with it. Once again, we're still waiting to see a first pass attempt from the Red Raiders offense.
4:33 to go here in the first half. And I can assure you folks, because of time limit, we won't have running clock tonight or today, like we did in a JV game. Nice call. Shotgun for Monera. He's going to throw it. Looking to his right and throws it into coverage. However, Ho'opi with a great catch at the 40 falls forward to the 36. And that's going to be a
32
12,
there.
It's going to be a 14-yard pickup for the Red Raiders.
Was that Ballisticon on the reception there? Butak? 88.
So that was Noah Ho'opi, who's got 13 yards rushing, now 14 yards on that reception.
Nice
First
catch.
down, Red Raiders.
Caught that ball in traffic. I couldn't even tell who made the catch.
Monera shotgun again. They're going to hand it off to Butak. Butak trying to bounce outside and cannot get outside. However, he gets it to the 34-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of about 2 yards on the play for Butak. He's got 8 carries, 36 yards. He's also got 2 fumbles. One of them, the Red Raiders able to get back.
Yeah, Alkai Albo just came in right now for Ho'opi.
So Monera will bring his team to the line of scrimmage. He's got a receiver to the near side. That's Narada Saibejo. Now it's Ho'opi it's Abao in motion. Gets the handoff, coming to the near side, and they bring him down at the 33-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 4 yards on the play. So Aukai Abao, like the Menehune, they're finding somewhere for their former starting quarterback to get onto the field. First touch of the afternoon for Abao. The Red Raiders, I'll tell you, on this drive, you take away the pass, they haven't done a whole lot. But the thing is, they are moving the ball.
They are moving the ball.
Shotgun Monera. Butak. And everybody moved but the center. If this is the NFL or college, what number do you call in this penalty? At least 8 guys moved.
5 yards, still 3rd down.
Yeah, fortunately for the high school and collegiate level, they don't call the actual number of the player. So
2:40 to go in the first half. Still no score here at Vidina Stadium. Finally, they put Balisakan in the backfield. He's going to be to the left of Manera. We see double stop formation for Kauai High School. And he's going to throw it. Manera looking to his left. He's being pressured, steps up. Deep down the middle, he's got nobody there. Intended for Aukai Abao, who got tied up with a couple of the Menehune defenders. And it was defensively Ranson Pashan for Big Blue.
Yeah, Manera definitely had the arm there, and Butak had his man beat on the left side, but it looks like Manera just kind of put that ball up there in the air.
4th and 12 for Kauai High School. 2:13 remaining here in the first half. Alvarado Planes at his own at the Red Raider 49, set to punt this away. Gets a decent snap. Oh, and he hooks this pretty bad. Wow, that's going to turn out to be not wow. The official stopped this at the 9-yard line. Then he made his way out to the 15.
Wow.
And I kind of think it should be somewhere about the 17 or the 18-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Menehune. 2:08 remaining in the first half.
Be interesting to see if Menehune do a hurry-up offense. Got just over 2 minutes left to go in the half.
And it's going to be Montemeyer who comes out under center here late in the second quarter. In motion, Funi. They give it to Funi on that little sweep with the slot, trying the far side. He is going to lose a yard, maybe more. In fact, he's going to lose a couple, 1 yard on the play.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle by John Agnew.
So Agnew with a nice stop. Oops, -1 on the play. Funi 3 carries 5 yards. 2nd and 11 for Waimea. Kauai is going to call a timeout, so we'll take a break as well. Got a $1:41 to go here in the first half. And we'll take a 60-second break. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports and Jam 98.1. We'll be right back.
Chase Elliott, tearing up the track in the Napa 9 car. It's hard to believe you're only 18.
You guys even remember what it was like when you were 18?
Nah.
Really?
No, not at all.
I do. I was awesome.
Whether you're a rookie, veteran, or a legend, conquer the job with Napa know-how.
Here we go, 1:41 to go here in the first half. 2nd and 11 for the Menehune. In motion, Funi. They're going to go straight up the middle. Out to about the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. And on the carry was Simao Castillo. Gets about 3 yards on the carry. And now this time we get another timeout called for by Kauai High School. And we'll keep it right here. And, you know, in the pregame, I don't know if people caught on to it, but I tried to see if Waimea settled on a couple of guys as far as that running back position goes. And it looks as if they have come up with a threesome at the running back spot. Justin Fune, kind of the slot running back. Also, Kailan Simao Castillo along with Rapana. And I remember in the past, and they'd have one horse, they'd give it to him 30, 40 times a game. I remember Jordan Dizan in those days. Also, don't forget Randy Villanueva, who Coach Caldera says had the biggest rushing day of any Menehune back ever. And if
how many years was that?
Sean Jardine, also Stephen Cooley, just a few names I can throw out at you. Now that Villanueva game, I want to say it was somewhere a little more than 300 yards.
Oh my gosh.
Here's Funi in motion. And he'll give it to Rapuna, who makes a great move at about the 25-yard line. Gets it to the 31, maybe the 32-yard line. Nice carry there. It's about 7 yards for Rapuna.
Real nice carry. Stopped by Kilipaki Pili Mahoe.
Down to $1:18 to go here in the first half. My man looking to the sideline for the call. Yeah, I remember the days of Villanueva. I believe he wore number 20. And you know that old line back then was like the Cowboy line. You stick somebody back there, he's going to have a big day.
Wait, the old Cowboy line.
Here's Rapunat. He's across the 30 to the 35 to the 36-yard line. 5-yard pickup for Jacob Rapunat. 19 yards on 4 carries for big 24. But man, remember that Waimea line included Jason Caldera, Keli'i Aguiar, the former Waimea coach, and I want to say Lanikai Kanahele, who was just a hammer on that old line.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Waimea doesn't have a sense of urgency right now with the ball.
Funi in motion, they give it to him. Trying the far side. Wisniewski blocking for him. Funi bounces off of one Red Raider. He'll get the first down as he takes that ball out near the 44-yard line. About an 8-yard pickup. First down, Menehune.
Nice first down. The clock stops.
And we got another timeout called for by the Menehune. 16.9 seconds remaining. Also, you know, I don't know if I should, but I'm going to throw in my buddy Elmer Ramel as far as one of those Waimea workhorse running backs. He's probably got some teammates out there. Are you kidding me? That dude? Come on. Workhorse? Slacker. I know he's working, so he's probably not listening. But as we look at the Waimea huddling around on their sideline, now, if we can get a shot of that Red Raider sideline, we don't got it. But the guy, there's a big guy in a white hat, and that's former UH Rainbow Mel Purcell, son-in-law of my buddy Wayne Bonilla, married to Marissa Bonilla. I'll tell you what, I golfed with Mel a few times. You want to talk about having fun on a golf course? That's the guy you want to golf with. I mean, right next to Happy Gilmore. In motion. Funi, motion by one of the backs. That'll back him up 5. So instead of first and 10 at the 44, it's going to be first and 15 at the 39. And for the Menehune, that's their 4th called penalty in the first half.
No, I'm sorry. The Menehune, well, both these teams for that matter, but you got to be more disciplined than that. You come out of a timeout, there's no excuse for that illegal motion. None.
And especially this deep in the season. There's no reason for it. Montemeyer looks behind him. Get a nice ground view shot. I don't know what cameraman that is, but it's a pretty good shot right there.
It's like another
penalty flag. So go against the Menehune. So now it's first and 20 from the 34.
First down.
5 called penalties against Big Blue here in the first half. And that last 2 hurts as much as any one of those other penalties.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, just take a knee. You got 16.9 seconds left. You keep shooting yourself in the foot. Go halftime, go back to the drawing board, regroup, figure out something for the second half.
Simao Castillo wrapping up behind Montemeyer. In motion, Funi. They give it to Funi coming to the near side. The blocking is there. He's across the 40, dives for the 44-yard line. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. 10-yard pickup for Funi. However, that's going to be the last play of the first half here at Vidina Stadium. Oh, okay, second to the last. Now that will be the last play. And that'll be it for the first half of play. No score here at Vidina Stadium, as both teams kind of hammered each other out between the 35s, which is never a good thing. Both teams heading to their locker rooms. And defensively, they're doing okay. I just kind of feel that on offense, they really need to regroup and get some kind of continuity going at all. I mean, they got to get something.
Yeah, they do. Both teams, they've had some success moving the ball, and then there are the penalties that negate everything that they've gained. So
now we got the Red Raider band on the field, and they're going to be part of our halftime show. Like I said, I got to listen to them and watch them on Thursday when I was hanging out at the stadium. And, you know, we should be treated to something pretty decent here. Let's go ahead and take a timeout, a 2-minute break. When we get back, we'll talk more about the first half. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back.
Close-ups of the first few rows. So
halftime celebration. Would you please join us in welcoming our 2015 homecoming court? Representing the class of 2019 is freshman Sienna Karras. Sienna is the daughter of Clyde and Tyra Karras. She is escorted today by her uncle, Micah Sabayan. Sienna would like to thank God, her parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, Uncle Micah, Auntie Tiff, Tammy, and all of those who voted for her. Representing the class of 2018 is Rachel Kernan. Rachel is the daughter of Michelle and Daniel Kernan. She is being escorted today by her dad, Daniel. Rachel would like to thank her parents, her brothers and sister for everything they do for her and making her the person she is today. She would also like to thank her friends, Kira, Drew, Tia, and Tori for always being there for her. Representing the class of 2017 is Kealohilani Ho'opi'i. Kealohilani is the daughter of Shireen and Amin Ho'opi'i. She is being escorted by her dad, Amin. Kealohi would like to thank her Heavenly Father, her family, friends, and especially her amazing parents for always supporting her. She would also like to give a big shout out to her brother, Noah Ho'opi'i, number 88. Representing the class of 2016 is Laura Koga. Laura is the daughter of Lori and Craig Koga. Her dad, Craig, is her escort this afternoon. Laura would like to thank her parents and cousins, Rumi and Kimmy, and Auntie Doreen for all their love and help. Her supportive friends, Alyssa, Kaylee, Macy, Brianna Grant, and Brittany Yoshida. Lastly, her class council for all that they've done, and the senior class for their votes. And now for our 2015 Royal Court. Representing Miss Spirit is senior Taylor Pacol. Taylor is the daughter of Tess and Melvin Pacol. She would like to thank her parents and sister for all their love and support. She'd also like to thank Bree Squad and Zuja for sticking by her side all this time. Taylor is being escorted by her dad, Melvin Pacol. Representing Miss Victory is senior Brittany Yoshida. Brittany is the daughter of Lori and Vernon Yoshida. She would like to thank her mom, dad, family, Brianna, Janelle, Kaylee, Kiana, and Kylie for being there for her. Thank you to Auntie Christy and Kylie for everything you've done and everyone else who has helped her along the way. Brittany is escorted by her dad, Vernon Yoshida. Representing Miss Football is senior Kaylee Karras. Kaylee is the daughter of Tyra and Clyde Karras. Kaylee would like to thank God, her parents, Brittany, Kylie, Kyra, Miss Les, and Chris for always being there for her. Thank you to everyone who voted for her. Kaylee is being escorted by her dad, Clyde Karras. Representing Miss Raider is senior Sheena Carmela Giuliano. Sheena is the daughter of Madeline and Ferdinand Giuliano. She would like to thank her mommy and daddy for everything you do for her, her homies Cam, Kim, Bree, Hayes, Mikes, and Jan. She would also like to thank everyone who voted for her and most importantly, the man above. Sheena is escorted by her dad, Ferdinand Giuliano. And now would everyone please rise for the entrance of our homecoming queen. Hawaii High School's 2015 homecoming queen is senior Michaela Lick. Michaela is the daughter of Michelle and David Lick. She would like to thank God for blessing her with such supportive family and friends. Thank you to Miss Bess, Coach Carrie, Auntie Steph, Auntie Elena, and Uncle Stanley for their moral support. And she'd also like to thank Kiala for putting up with her drama queen self. Finally, Kauai High School, thank you for giving her this opportunity. Michaela is being escorted today by her brother, Caleb Lick. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present Kauai High School's 2015 homecoming court. Thank you, everyone, and let's go Big Red.
whole state. So I'm used to that. And when they play, they rock the house. I mean, Lihui, nighttime, I'm sure the neighbors hated living in this area because they'd hear all they hear is a band. And I'll tell you what, that's how it should be on a Friday night. Let's see, Red Raiders, 74 yards of offense, 60 rushing, 14 passing. But like I said, I saw him on Thursday. He looked a whole lot better today. I will give them that.
At least do that. There you go.
Monero was 1 for 2 at 14 yards. At one reception went to HAWAIISTREAM, and that's it. He's got 10 yards rushing. Butak leads the Red Raiders, 8 carries, 36 yards. Nakahiki Young, 4 carries for 5 yards. Alkaya Aba's got 1 carry for -4. Noah HAWAIISTREAM, 3 carries for 13. That's about it. And those are not good numbers. I don't care what way you look at it. And it should be no surprise that we've got a couple of goose eggs up on that scoreboard. I mean, really, no offense. And to be honest about it, nobody's got any flow going. Nobody's got any continuity going. I mean, you know, if it wasn't for the other teams with bad punts and turnovers, nobody would have good field position in this game, really.
No, you're right. And the couple of times that Kauai had a nice drive going, they shoot themselves in the foot with penalties. And I'm a little surprised that Justin Balisican hasn't gotten any carries today.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm no longer surprised. I'm a little upset at it because I think when you got that one horse in the backfield, you work everything off of that. And he's your horse. Right now, he's your guy. And that's when you can get Butak more into the game by using Balisican as your horse. Then you can throw screens to Butak. You can give it to him out of the backfield as a slot, and you can get him into space with the football. And when he's in the backfield, he's got 8 carries, 36 yards, and that's a good day, for this year.
Right.
However, you can get him in space with the football, and he can be more effective.
Yeah, you get him in space, he's dangerous. He's proven that time and time again, but you got to put your team, your offense in a position where they can capitalize, and I just haven't seen that.
I really expect we're going to get a much better second half out of both of these teams because defensively, I don't think they got too much to worry about because they've done a good job there, but offensively, I mean, it's not been good, and that's the bottom line right there.
Yeah, for either side.
And I think both teams need to throw the ball a lot more, no doubt about that. And I think Kauai High School needs to find a guy in that backfield. Obviously, the Menehune has got that threesome going with Rapanat, Funi, and Simao Castillo, and you can work off of that. There's not a problem there. Oh, is that the Kauai High School mascot?
Oh, you haven't seen him? He's been killing me. I'm surprised you just picked up on this guy. Yeah, he's a sight to see, this mascot, if you are here at the game.
Are you watching the same game I'm watching?
This guy here, bro. He's like the lost cousin of the San Diego chicken or something.
Whoa, easy. Don't go picking on the chicken. Don't go picking on my chicken.
Hey, the lost cousin.
Oh, you went there.
I'm shooting video.
You remember who started all the whole mascot deal?
This is all live broadcast.
It's the chicken.
So
It's the
he was the originator.
The Philly Fanatic would not be the Philly Fanatic if it wasn't for the chicken.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay? The Stanford tree would be just another prop in somebody's closet if it wasn't for the chicken.
Everybody loves the chicken.
Oh my goodness, you went there. Oh my. Now see, if you made fun of the marshmallow head at UH, I'd jump on the bandwagon on that one. But you started picking on my chicken. We're gonna have some words after this. Okay? But no, seriously, getting back to the game. I mean, unless these teams show offense, we're going to get a 0-0 game at the end of this thing. And between the 35 is going to be totally worn out on this field. And that's because both teams have struggled offensively.
Yeah.
So there you go. I mean, that's the bottom line. And as we kind of look at the big picture here, slowly, and it's like a college RPI thing.
okay, 30 seconds.
The KIF is not going to do anything for Kapaa's RPI.
Right,
I mean,
right.
to put a example out there. However, Radford's done everything that they can to add to their RPI. And like I said last week, cover 2, Kapaa's got 11 votes. Radford had 9. There's still a consensus pick in Sports High. Scoring Live. But in cover 2, you don't want to see either poll kind of be split.
Right.
And next week, if Radford beats Nanakuli, we just may get that.
Yeah, that'll be a statement depending on the score. But yeah, you make a very valid point.
So a lot of buzzing going on below us. But here's the kickoff. And it's going to be an onside kick. It's taken at the 40-yard line. That's Rapinat who picks it up. He gets it out to the 50. And a good return by the Menehune out to midfield. And on the kickoff for Kauai High School, on a little surprise deal there, I ain't got a 50 on my score sheet.
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
How do I look? I gotta go up or down?
Oh, unless an official roster is turned in, that player is the ruling he gets ejected, and that means he doesn't even play next week. So here we go, receiving a stop to the near side for the Menehune, and it looks like Wisniewski will get the start in the second half at quarterback. Shotgun Wisniewski fakes it to Rapa. He's going to throw the football out on the flat here. That's not a very good throw. Intended for Connor Donaher. And that's going to be second and 10.
Yeah, Donaher, the ball touched his hands. It was a difficult catch to make. His hands were on the ball, though. So, you know how coaches say, if your hands touch the ball, you're supposed to catch it. But that was a poorly thrown ball.
If you look at it, and let's say they say, well, because Matamai couldn't move the ball, but they bring in Wisniewski. I think the O-line for these teams have not played well at all. There's a handoff to Fune across midfield. You get it out to the 47, and that'll be it'll be making we'll call it maybe 3rd and 7 for the Menehune.
Yeah, this second half, I'd like to see Micah Core get a couple of carries. He looked pretty good that first game against Kauai High School. Haven't seen him much in the backfield.
Well, they've got him in the backfield now.
Yep.
He's on the right side of Wisniewski. Trips to the near side. Single receiver far side. I like this alignment here. Play action. Wisniewski will throw. He's got a man open. The catch is made. See Mal Castillo at the Red Raider 37-yard line. And that's going to be a first down, a pitch and catch of 10 yards.
Yeah, he's coming in looking good. Passing the ball. Looks real comfortable. Agley and Butak on the stop there.
Like I said, I love that formation that they came out with the triple wide to the near side. And we've already had a good first couple of plays, and I said we were going to have a better second half offensively.
You did call it.
Dropping out to the left of Wisniewski. He's going to throw it again. This time going downfield, looking for
nice
number 10. And as a good play defensively, I think that was Sean Ebwing.
Yeah, Sean Ebwing with that defensive stop. He timed it perfectly.
And I think it was Ardino Ned that was the intended receiver. Incomplete. I'll tell you what, incomplete. I still like the decision to throw the ball downfield.
I love it. I love it.
It'll be second and 10 for the Menehune. Receiver the side on each side. They're going to hand it off to Rapinat. Gets kissed in the backfield. They'll bring him down at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a gain of a yard. But on the stop for Kauai High School was number 53. That was Travis Gerard.
And Travis Gerard with the hit with a little assistance from Kilipaka Pili Mahoy.
That'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Menehune. 10-19 to go here in the third. Early goings, third quarter. 3rd and 9. Scoreboard's got it at 3rd and 10. Shotgun. Wisniewski, play action. He's got a man open the flat. The catch is made by Fourie, trying to get past one tackler and cannot. And hanging on to make a nice open field tackle for the Red Raider D is Rylan Yadal Purisma.
Great open field tackle by Rylan Yadal Purisma. He wrapped up, he held on to him and was able to bring him down.
Second completion for Wisniewski when he goes for negative yards. Now it's 4th and 10. And the Menehune look like they're going to go for it, and they will. You know, I like the call. However, this early in the third quarter, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he may be trying to draw the Red Raiders offside. Nope.
There's a trip to the near side. Go downfield, and Ebwing is right there defensively. He did not let Ardino Ned get by him. Incomplete, and the Red Raiders take over on downs. Well, I'm a June Jones kind of guy, which means throw the ball on first down, throw the ball on second down, and when it gets to 3rd and 4th down, guess what? Throw the ball again. That's also the Paul Westhead school of coaching. The heck with the defense, just throw the ball. Just shoot threes and throw the ball.
Yeah, I like a more balanced offense personally.
Oh, that's boring.
It's successful though.
Remember, Loyola Marymount led the country in scoring every year Westhead was the coach. In motion, Hopi, and the ball is dropped or bobbled by Monera across the line of scrimmage, across the 40. Looks like Balisicon to the 40.
Butak.
It's going to be, Butak. Out to the 41-yard line, gain of 5 on the play. .41 yards and 9 carries for Damian Butak. 9 minutes to go here in the third. I also think that when coaches say want to play balanced football, that's a cop-out for saying they either can't throw the ball or run the ball.
No, not at all. That's no. In
motion, Hopi. We're going to give it to him. Coming to the near side. Oh, and looks like one of the Menehune had a great chance to make a good play, a tackle for a loss in the backfield, and he missed him. And that was Jacob De Los Reyes, who had him and lost him.
So going back to your logic as far as the balanced offense being a cop-out, we'll take your Dallas Cowboys when they had Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Alvin Harper, and the playmaker.
Jay Novacek.
Yeah, so I would say that was a balanced offense. They didn't just pass everything and they didn't just run everything. So
that's one of the rare.
Oh, here we go.
There's the handoff to Butak, and he's in Menehune territory. Across midfield, gets knocked down by Miguel at the 45. That's going to be a 15-yard pickup for Damian Butak, and now the Red Raiders seem to have something going.
We've been here early in the first half where they had a nice run going, nice momentum, and then let's see if they can sustain it. They got to watch the penalties and mix up the play calling.
You know, I'm going to tell you this, and that's one of the rare instances of balanced football. I think we had another one about a few years ago when Green Bay and the Steelers were in the Super Bowl at Texas Stadium. I thought Green Bay was extremely balanced because they did everything well.
Right.
That's another rare situation. Here's the handoff to Butak. Good move. Gets outside. 35 to 30. He's at the 20. Chased down at about the the 18-yard line, And Butak is going to pick up 27 on a nice run. That'll put Kauai High School inside the Menehune 20.
Yeah, if Ranson Passion and Athens Acosta aren't there, then he's looking at 6.
So now the Red Raiders are finding some success. Like, where was this in the first half? Because I don't think anybody's really changed up anything.
Well, Butak had a couple of good runs first half, but then they were negated by the penalty. So be interesting to see the play calling here. I'd like to see a nice play action.
That's Ho'opi'i in motion. Give it to Butak again. And he's inside the 15 to about the 13. Excuse me, that's Nakahiki Young. Gain of about 5 yards for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, looks like about a 2nd and 5 now.
No, but yeah, I mean that Kauai, I think the Packers team a few years ago, they're an exception to that. And haven't been too many of that type of exceptions in the NFL or anywhere. 2nd and 6. And they're going to fake it. Manera with the ball. He's going to be brought down in the backfield and making a great TFL for the Menehune. And Noah Simao repulses. Loss of 3 on the play. That was a heck of a play by Repulsos.
It was. He sniffed that right out and was right there.
You know what they say, what coaches will tell you, if you see that guard pass in front of you, get in his back pocket, because the guy with the ball is going to be right there, and that's exactly what happened. Receiving a slot on the far side for the Red Raiders. They'll put Ho'opi'i in motion. They fake it to him, they give it to Butak. Butak's a 10. He's at the 5, spinning around, still on his feet. He is very near to the goal line. And let's see. In fact, sorry, it's the 5-yard line. He's got down to the 6. And that's going to be a pickup of 5. So Butak now with 88 yards rushing. On 12 carries, he's got to get, I'll tell you what, you minus the win, minus that, that's going to come later.
Right.
These fans are looking for a score.
They are looking for a score.
Shotgun Manera. Manera's going to give it to Butak. Spins around the 5, and they're going to bring him down at the 5. We call it a 1-yard pickup. And for the Menehune, it looks like it was big number 65. Looks like Athens Acosta. So 2 yards for Butak. 90 yards.
Yep. They were going to bring Butak out. They decide to keep him in and bring out Ho'opi'i.
4:42 remaining here in the third quarter. Kauai High School 4 yards away from scoring their first points in the KIF this season. This place is going to erupt when that happens. The give is to Butak.
Flag.
We got a penalty flag. That'll stop play, and this will be against Kauai High School. No, we got a timeout called for by Kauai High School. My goodness. That comes with 4:30 to go here in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. You're listening to KIF Football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. It'll be a 60.
Ishihara Market. This family-owned grocery store is adored by locals and visitors alike for great pupus and takeaway meals. Ishihara's has been the winner of Kauai's Best Pupus on multiple occasions. Find a large selection of fresh poke and everything from fish, sandwiches, bentos, shrimp, and more. At the meat counter, you can pick up marinated Kalbi ribs and teriyaki beef ready for grilling at home. If you're planning on spending the day out or just want something great to eat, stop by Ishihara Market today.
Here's the Red Raiders, 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. McKee by Manera. He's at the goal line. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Red Raiders. And the Red Raiders scored their first points of the season. And I hate to say this, but I'll tell you what, the mascot chicken dude, he had about a 40-inch vertical there, and when Manera crossed the goal line, touchdown Red Raiders. 4-yard run for Monero. First scored points of the season for Kauai High School.
Very nice sustained drive by the Red Raiders, and they've shown the potential to do that. They just didn't shoot themselves in the foot with the penalty, and they were able to convert.
Here's number 50, who is not on my roster. He'll stick the extra point, and that's good. 4:24 to go in the third quarter. Let's take a 60-second break. It's KIF football on Gems. 98.1 and Kauai Sports. We'll be right back. Who's 50? Who's 50? Who's number 50? He's not on the roster. Benitez. You gotta talk louder.
Go ahead.
That's a kickoff by Kauai High School, celebrating their first points. Waimea takes it, goes out of bounds somewhere about the 32-yard line, and this place has suddenly come alive with the Red Raiders with their first touchdown of the year.
Red Raiders are rocking the stadium right now. They got the distant cousin of the San Diego Chicken down there doing his moves, doing the stanky leg and whatever else he's doing down there.
So here we go, Waimea with the football at their own 32-yard line. Chips to the near side, they're gonna hand it off. That's Rapanaut across the 35, gets spun around a few times. They bring him down to 38, that's gonna be a gain of 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, nice stop there by Butak, but not before Rapanaut was able to get some yardage.
And we finally found out who's the mystery man for Kauai High School. It's gonna be Jonathan Benitez, who had the extra point for Kauai High School. So we don't wanna shortchange him. In motion, Funi. They're going to give it straight up the middle. And still trying to get a number on who's got the ball. Looks like Pereira, one of the guys, and Quinton Munden to tag team on the tackle. It's Simao Castillo. He'll get a couple of yards on the play. Short about a yard and a half for the Menehune.
Yeah, looks like about a 3rd and 2. Looks like a long 2.
Split backs behind the Wisniewski. And they're going to give it to right of the middle. Looks like Rapanaut. He's right at the marker. In fact, that second effort is going to get him to the 44. That'll be a first down on a 3-yard pickup. And a nice run by Rapanaut.
Yeah, definitely nice run by Rapanaut. And I praised the Red Raider running backs earlier for always having their legs moving. It's the same thing with this Menehune running back. They always keep their legs moving too. Always after that first collision, they keep it going. That's what you want to see.
So Wisniewski trying to direct traffic here. Each team, Kauai High School already used the timeout in the second half. Chips near side. Wisniewski wants to throw it. Oh, a blitz right up the middle. They're going to bring him down. Wisniewski looks like he's going to get back about a yard short, so we're going to call a sack. And we're going to credit the number 53 on the sack for Kauai High School.
Yeah, I like the defensive blitz call by the Red Raiders. Kind of take the Menehune out of their comfort zone.
So let's see. That's okay. We'll do that again. So on the sack for Kauai High School is Kaleo Mana Meatonga. In motion, we got a movement by Donovan on the end of the line. And that'll back him up 5, make it 2nd and 11 for the Menehune. So that's going to be penalty number 6 against Big Blue. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the official stat, but I would venture to say that the Menehune is the most penalized team so far this year in KIF.
Oh, no.
No?
No. 2:03 remaining. In fact, they came into the game as the least penalized team in the KIF.
Wow.
At the rate they're going to leave this game as the most penalized team in the KIF. Blitz again. Resisting on throw. Oh, he gets nailed by Pili Mahoe. They drop him at the 30-yard line. And the Menehune is going to be a loss of 8 on the sack by Pili Mahoe.
Yeah, these Red Raiders, this defense is getting the fans something to be really excited about right now.
You know, I say this all the time, but your toughest score is always the first score of the season, okay? And once that happened for Kauai High School, man, things kind of snowball. You got trips to the far side for Wisniewski. Play action, runs to throw it, and a little screen play. However, it's not going to go for a whole bunch of yards. And I think it's Donaher who makes the catch at the 31-yard line. And that's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. So Wisniewski's got 3 passes completed, but he's only got, the 5 yards total. So Donaher gets his first catch. High kick, not very deep. Fair catch called for.
Catch. Oh, he has
and
some
made
room.
at the 34-yard line. First down for the Red Raiders.
A little surprised he called for a fair catch. He definitely has some room to run.
So Kauai High School will take over at their own 34, and they've got Big Mo on their side of the field. Towards the end of the third quarter, 40.4 seconds to go. And if my Kapaa math serves me correct, we've got 40.4 seconds to go in the third quarter. First and 10. In motion, Ho'opi, as he's done almost all day. They fake it to him. They give it to Butak. Butak, the left side, got some room, the 40, the 45. Getting hit at the 46, but he backs up towards midfield. 16-yard pickup for Butak. First down, Red Raiders.
Butak is officially in beast mode right now. Love the way he's running with the sense of urgency. He's just unstoppable right now.
Inside of 30 seconds here at Vidina Stadium, third quarter. First and 10, ball spotted right at midfield. Kauai High School with a nice drive to score in their last possession. They got something cooking here late in the third. Aokai Abau in motion, they fake it to him, they give it to Butak. Good blocking on this side of the line. Spins his way into Waimea territory to the 45. And that's going to make it 2nd and 5 on another nice run by Butak.
Nice run by Butak. Very conservative play calling right there. I'm not sure that I disagree with that right now.
And we're in the third quarter of play here at Vidina Stadium. Over the Red Raiders homecoming. We'll take a 60-second break. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. Hey, you gotta count me in. And you gotta make it loud because the band.
Changing your battery with Napa know-how. First, rip out the dead one, then drop in a new Napa Legend. Red to red, black to black. Boom, done. Now go help Junior with his project. First place. Nice. Conquer the job like you conquer life with Napa know-how.
Action here. Final 12 minutes of play here at Vidina Stadium. 7-0 Kauai High School. I don't know. We got my spirit vegetable and it says eggplant.
You finally got to give the band some credit.
Well, I mean, you know, if you earned it, you get it. But if you don't earn it, you're not going to get it. Hand off to Butak. It's going to be a loss of a yard. And nice play by the Menehune. I think that was number 65 who makes the tackle.
Yes, Athens Acosta there with the stop.
Loss of a yard on a play for Butak. 110 yards on the day. It'll be 3rd and 5. Like I said, I don't care how bad your band is. When you're the number 1 team in the state or in anywhere, that band always sounds good. Monero will put Ho'opi in motion. They hand it off to him. He's got some blocking on the edge. Wow, if he comes out to the edge, he had Narada Saibeo and Nakahiki Young sealed off the edge, but instead he comes in and tries to cut it up into the middle and lost some yards there. In fact, he gets 1 yard and he could have got more. It'll be 4th and 4. Six carries, 11 yards for Nakahiki Young. Alvarado plans to punt it on 4th down. How's this? 4th and 4 on the 44. Alvarado plan is high but not deep. It'll bounce somewhere about the 20, and it right at the, oh my God, I got that right. Ball rolling inside the 5. It'll be down somewhere about the 2-yard line. And a nice job of covering by the Red Raiders special teams.
Awesome play by the special teams. Looked like it was going to go in the end zone, and they were able to stop that. I didn't catch the number of the player who that was, but definitely a great play by special teams.
You know, both coaches have admitted, in fact, today, they admitted to me that so far up to this year, their special teams has pretty much stunk it up. But that's a great play right there.
Yeah.
So ball at the 3-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Menehune. They can ill afford to make a mistake here. And their first goal is just to give them some rooms to punt it on 4th down. Then they can worry about the 1st down later.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'd like to see the Red Raiders maybe do a blitz here.
Looks like Montemeyer back in at quarterback. And it is. They're going to hand it off right up the middle.
Stop.
And the Menehune ball carrier is going to go nowhere. And I think that was Simao Castillo, and it was.
Yeah.
No gain on the play.
Some of the Red Raider fans are looking for a safety there, but no. It's going to be forward progress.
So 10-10 to go, 10 minutes, 10 seconds. 2nd and 9, so we'll call it a gain of a yard. Ball on the 4-yard line of the Menehune. Once again, Kauai School showing blitz, and he'll come with some pressure right up the middle. Waimea's going to get some enough yards to get a decent punt off. And I think that was Rapanat who takes it out to the 8-yard line, so gain of 4 for Jacob Rapanat.
Yeah, I'd be curious to find out why Waikoko haven't gotten any carries so far this game.
Kalapaki Pili Mahoy makes a tackle for the red and white. I'm looking over there, I can see Bulo Rapakan playing in that defensive tackle position. I mean, that is a dude, let me tell you. At a defensive spot, man, that's a killer. And they're going to throw the ball. Montemeyer back to throw, brings the ball down. They may have it for a safety this time. And yes, it is going to be a safety. And I think it's going to be number 30 who comes up with that one. Number 30 and number 6, I think that was Quinton Munden. Tag team, his cousin with Franklin Posse.
Awesome play by the Red Raider defense. Menehune kind of pinned themselves, and Red Raiders came and brought it, and they were able to get the safety there.
So I'm going to, unless somebody tells me different, it's going to be Posse and Munden who gets credited for that safety. And it's now 9-0 Kauai High School, and we'll get a free kick. So let's take a quick timeout. It's KIF football on jams. Oh, wait, hold on. They're going to say that no safety.
Whoa.
Forward progress about the half-inch line. And everybody was set for the free kick, including the band. I could pretty much hear them start to play our commercial music. But no, it's going to be a loss of 3 on the sack. And 4th and 12 at the 1. I definitely saw the official give the safety signal.
One did.
And it's partially blocked. And it's going to turn into a touchdown.
I think the Red Raiders will take that instead.
And who comes up with it? It is cousin Quinton Munden. Comes up with the block punt. I think he blocked it and came up with the loose ball. That's going to be a touchdown, Red Raiders.
Wow.
Let's see if we can see. Oh, wow. I thought we were going to get a replay. But when we do get a chance, let's see if it is. I think he got the double whammy. So it looks like Jonathan Benitez for the extra point.
The mystery man, extra point. Oh, there's a flag.
And we got a penalty flag against somebody. And they're pointing at the Red Raiders. No, now it's going to be against the Menehune. So they'll move it to about the 1.5 line. Or excuse me, the 1.5 yard line. I'm dying to see the replay to see who blocked it. There's a ground shot of Benitez for the extra point. High snap, but controlled. Kicks out. Kicks good. So and even 9 minutes to go here in today's game. 14-0 Kauai High School. Let's take a 60-second break. It's KIF football on Jams 98.1 and Kauai Sports. We'll be right back. Who blocked it? Who got the recovery? London. London came up with both. He had the block and the recovery. 6. Cussing. Come in. Well, here we go. The kickoff by Benitez. Bounces at the 5 into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback for the Menehune. They'll get it first and 10 at their own 20. Quinton Munden comes up with the double whammy, the block and the recovery. So I'll tell you what, that's a heck of a special teams play when that happens.
Yeah, definitely. These Red Raiders have definitely given their fans something to be excited about.
I think that's our first legitimate Grove Farm Play of the Game candidate. We've had a number of block punts that have ended up into touchdowns this year. Kapaa's got like 4 of them. High School gets 1 here. Fooney with the handoff around the far side, looking for some room, turns the corner. He gets at the 25, late penalty flag. They say he stepped out of bounds to the 24, but I think this may go against Kauai High School.
Came out of the defensive backfield. Not sure what the penalty will be, though.
Can you hear me?
If it stands, it's a 4-yard pickup for Fooney. And it's to go against Kauai High School. Well, they didn't tell us exactly what it was, but it's a dead ball personal foul against the Red Raiders. It's going to be a first down for the Menehune. So it's a 4-yard pickup for Fooney, tack on the 15, and that's the first down.
Yeah, you don't want to get careless if you're the Red Raiders. You got 14 points. It's the first time you've scored this season. You're looking good.
There's a handoff to Fooney and making a tackle for Kauai High School. And that's Bulo Rapakon, brought down the 34-yard line, loss of 5 on the play. Big play by Rapakon.
Yeah, Rapakon was able to get into that backfield. Nice, solid tackle there.
Yeah, if you remember from a few years ago, Rapakon kind of has the same effect on that D-line that Vaika Alapai had when he played at Kauai High School.
Wow.
In motion, Gushigan Banquet. They're going to give it to one of the backs. That's Ardino Ned coming to the near side. He'll get it to the 34-yard line, loss of a yard on the play.
Franklin Passy with a nice tackle there.
7:53 to go here in today's game. Remember, about this time last time these two teams played, it was a 17-0 Menehune.
Yeah.
Red Raiders have turned the tide on Big Blue here.
Yeah, I expected to see a different performance by the Red Raiders this time around, especially with Manera having a little bit of experience under his belt.
Well, that's a great shot by our field cameraman, Todd Ferdy. Play action. Here's Wisniewski. Throws it to Ned, and he drops it, hits him right between the 1 and the 2 at the 35-yard line. Still would not have gotten him the first down.
Yeah, Ardino Ned, he's gotta catch that ball there. Sometimes if you don't catch it with your hands, you try to catch it in your chest, that ball will bounce off the pads.
Wisniewski will punt it away for the Menehune. Nakahiki Young and Butak at their own 40. High snap, Wisniewski, not a very deep kick. Fair catch called for by Nakahiki at the 43-yard line. That's where the Red Raiders will take over 1st and 10 with pretty good field position.
Yeah, good field position. Once again, I think Nakahiki could have had a little room to run with, but when you got a 14-point lead, why not go for the fair catch, play it safe at this point, be conservative, don't take any chances.
Homecoming for the Red Raiders, a nice crowd on hand, nice halftime performance. And Red Raiders putting it out on the field here in the second half with 2 touchdowns. One offensive and one on special teams. Here's Manera in shotgun. He's got Polisakan and Butak to his right. They're going to keep it with Manera. He gets to the line of scrimmage. He's into Waimea territory. Wow, got stood up and dropped. And I think that was number 65, Acosta, once again.
I think that was Ransom Pashon. He was over there.
Wow, what a play. It's going to be a 7-yard pickup by Manera. That's a win on 1st down, and that's where the Red Raiders can do some dealing on 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a vicious tackle. We're going to watch the replay here for you folks watching it on online, Hawaii Stream.
And, yeah, there was Pashon. Wow, what a hit. Nice play by the Menehune D. However, still a 7-yard pickup by Manera. Here's Butak. He'll be right at the 1st down marker. In fact, he'll get the 1st down. We'll call it a 4-yard pickup. And Pashon, along with Lika Ventura, will make the tackle for the Menehune, but not until Butak gets the 1st down.
Yep, 1st down. I was curious about where they put that spot, but they called it pretty definitively that was a 1st down.
14-0 Red Raiders on their homecoming. Looking for got their first points of the season, looking for their first win of the KIF season, or their whole 2015. Let's call it that. And they got single coverage on the near side. That's what they got to look at.
Yep, I agree.
Manera will hand it off to Nakahiki Young. Got a penalty flag. Nakahiki Young with a nice run to the 34-yard line of the Menehune. Now, if this stands, and it won't, it would have been a 12-yard pickup for Nakahiki Young.
Yeah, you called it. There was isolation over here on the near side, and that would have been a perfect time to maybe go for a deep pass. Little play action. You got the Menehune on their heels, but it's all a moot point now. Once again, there's a flag.
5th penalty called against Kauai High School. We'll get the official call from our referee Calvin Moniz. Holding against the Red Raiders.
Penalty. Remain 1st down.
You know, I got to give you credit today, Joe. It's 5 minutes and 54 seconds left in this game, and not once have you mentioned that your Cowboys are 2-0. That takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah, because they're now 3-0. We're banking tomorrow, so 2-0 is history.
Oh, okay.
Even with Romo and Dez out, we're good. La'io Collins will get his first start of the year. Shotgun Manera. He's got a receiver and a slot on the far side. Play action. We're rolling through the near side. He's got a man open, but he's not going to throw it. Looking for the 1st down, the original line of scrimmage. He'll get it to the 48-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. He had Narala Saibeho at about the 45 of the Menehune.
He did. Manera obviously didn't feel comfortable at that point rolling to his left, so I give him credit for holding on to the ball. It's better just to hold on and not throw the interception if you're not comfortable with making that completion.
And remember, I also told you if Chip Kelly goes 0-2 to start the season.
Yes, you did.
And I said just minus the Cowboys. It would have been anybody. You go 0-2 after that offseason, you're on the hot seat, and he definitely is. 2nd and 16. They're going to give it to Nakahiki Young. He's into Waimea territory. Nice spin-a-rooney move at about the 41-yard line. Gets an additional 7 to the 34-yard line. 1st down Red Raiders. A 13-yard pickup for Kauai High School.
Nice run by Nakahiki Young. Looks like he took a page out of Butak with that spin move there at the end.
Actually, it's an 18-yard pickup for Nakahiki Young. 29 yards on 7 carries. How's that spin-a-rooney right there?
Nice.
That's a good move. So 5:06 to go here in today's game, 14-0 Red Raiders. I think anything at this point, a field goal or even a touchdown pretty much seals the deal.
I agree.
Pili Mahoe in motion. They're going to sweep it with Manera. He's at the 30-yard line. And I tell you what, that should have gone for a little more yards, but they bring it down to the 25, gain of 8. But I kind of thought he'd be a lot further downfield.
Yeah, he looks like he was able to turn a corner. What I like about what Manera did was he didn't run out of bounds, so the clock is continuing to move.
So 2nd and 2 on the here for Kauai High School, 4:28 to go. Yeah, but the road's going to be a little tough for my boys from here on out.
Oh, yeah.
But we are 3-0. Shotgun Manera. Cousin Kenny's out there. Are you kidding me, boy? In motion, Pili Mahoe. And they're going to give it to Butak. Butak across the 25. Brought down by his shoelaces at the 20-yard line. And I think that was 56 on the tackle. Makana Ruiz.
Oh, I thought I saw number 4, Alika Ventura.
Oh, he was probably there too.
Yeah.
Butak starting to pile on some yards. He's got 117 on 18 carries.
Yeah, Butak, like I said earlier, he is officially in beast mode this game.
So that'll be our first down. Ball spotted right at the 20-yard line. Like I said, any score now pretty much seals the deal. Actually, I think maybe another first down will seal the deal. I just love saying that. There's Butak, penalty flag or whistle. Yeah, we got penalty flag. This could be either delay a game or 12 men on the field.
It's like a delay.
We'll call it delay a game, so move it back to the 25. 6 penalties on each team so far. And if you judge by what happened in the first half, you would think both teams would be in double figures in penalties by now in the second. But the second half has been relatively quick and clean.
Yeah, I guess the coaches talk to each team at halftime, and I'm sure that they emphasize the importance of minimizing the penalties.
Tell you what, I like when we got running teams. You get them a little earlier, can watch more football. There's Manera in shotgun. And this game is running by quickly, folks. This second half especially. And they give it to nope, Manera's going to keep it. Room on the outside. Good move at the hash mark to get it back to the 20-yard line. I would call it the 19, so a gain of 6 for Christian Manera.
Tell you what, it's been a couple of tackles where he's been tackled by his shirt. And you figure if he tucks his shirt in, maybe he's getting some extra yards.
And I've seen it. That kid is so skinny, I don't think he's got anything to hold that shirt in. He's not a big dude. Now see, Pulo Rapakan, he's got a lot of things that can keep a shirt tucked in. Or even me. But no, not this Manera kid. He's a little too skinny for that. You're going to give it to Butak. Butak looking for some room. Gets it about to the 18-yard line. So gain of 2 on the play. And now that's 58 on the tackle along with Vika Core. Haven Silva. So Butak, 19 carries, 119 yards.
Go ahead. I noticed why Maya hasn't stopped the clock at all, so they're content with just trying to get a stop. But
and I think this one is pretty much in the books. Kauai School will be 1-3 on the year, while Maya 1-2. And Manera's going to keep it. And what he needs to do is stay in bounds, keep the clock moving. And he does as he gets it to the 15-yard line, gain of 3 on the play.
That'll be the 2-minute warning here.
And Waimea calls the timeout. Right after you say that, they call the timeout. And I'm with you there. If you're going to call a timeout, you should have done
earlier.
That on the previous or even the 2 previous downs, especially when you had 3. You call it right after the first down run.
Yeah.
We'll keep it right here at Vidina Stadium. Inside of 2 minutes, and there's your guy.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what this guy's name is. He's,
believe me, I got a few names. I have got a few names, let me tell you, and of which we kind of talk about here.
He's doing it, Nene. Oh, there he goes. Think we might see this guy at Rob's tonight.
It's going to be 4th and 6, ball at the 16-yard line. And Kauai High School is going to come up with Benitez. And this is going to be a 33-yard attempt for Benitez, who I never even heard of this kid until today.
He's a sleeper.
Good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. It's got enough leg.
And it's good.
And it is good. So Jonathan Benitez, out of nowhere, kicks himself a 33-yard field goal. 17-0 Kauai High School. But I think we got a penalty flag. Oh, come on. Just give it to the kid. Comes out of nowhere, gets himself a 33-yard field goal.
Touchdown is good. On sportsman, on white male.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against the
Penalty will be
Menehune. The
assessed
kick
for the
is good. 1:52 to go here in today's game. 17-0 Red Raiders. We'll take a timeout. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back. 60. You got to count me in, and you got.
Ishihara Market, this family-owned grocery store, is adored by locals and visitors alike for great pupus and takeaway meals. Ishihara's has been the winner of Kauai's Best Pupus on multiple occasions. Find a large selection of fresh poke and everything from fish, sandwiches, bentos, shrimp, and more. At the meat counter, you can pick up marinated Kalbi ribs and teriyaki beef ready for grilling at home. If you're planning on spending the day out or just want something great to eat, stop by Ishihara Market today.
Well, that's a kickoff. Whoa. That's a kickoff for Kauai High School. Goes out of bounds. So I mean, gets the ball at the 35-yard line. And both teams here in 2015 will trade 17-0 victories, as that's their only win of the KIF season. Now, next week will be a different story.
Yeah, it will be.
for the Menehune. They'll play Kapaa on the west side. Love going to the west side. They got great places to eat down there.
West side?
So 1st and 10, and I'm not sure what's going on here. But the officials have some kind of discussion. I don't see any penalty flags on the floor. I'll tell you what, it's going to be, I mean, the Cowboys, I still consider the easy part of the schedule with the the Seahawks and the Patriots coming up in 4 and 5. And without Romo and Dez, that's brutal. So here we go.
Seahawks are 0-2 though. It was surprising.
Yeah, but you never want to lose to the Seahawks. And I'm not sure what they just did. And Waimea wants Kauai High School to kick it over again. I'll tell you what, not a bad decision. Not a bad decision at all. Give your guy a chance to run one back.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit too late. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, not a bad call at all. I will say it is too late. However, you run one back, you give yourself a chance.
Run one back, hit an onside kick. You never know what could happen. But that extra field goal by our mystery man, Benitez, is going to make the difference.
Yeah, that was a big score. Like I said, they score anything on that last drive, it's a done deal.
Done deal.
Well, they sealed the deal. If I was in the movies and I was a criminal, that's going to be my saying. Here's a good kick, and this will end up in the end zone. It kind of backfired on the Menehune. They'll lose 15 yards on the 2, and they'll get it 1st and 10 to 20, but you got to give it a try. I just want to know, where the heck have they been hiding this Benitez kid?
Yeah, we got to talk to the coaching staff after this and figure that out.
No kidding. I mean, he's got a 33-yard field goal. He's put a few kickoffs in the end zone. Gotta love it. So Wisniewski at quarterback for the Menehune.
He's going to throw the football, and he's got a man open. Incomplete, intended for Funi. I mean, the ball was right there. It was, really, that's one Funi should have hang on to.
He should have held on to that. He's really fortunate he didn't get hit right there.
Well, that's that area in which safeties tee off on receivers coming over the middle, and they get that helmet to helmet and ejection penalty against them. 1:48 remaining. Shotgun Wisniewski wants to throw it again. Looking to his right. He's being pressured. Coming to the near side.
Good block.
And whoa! Somebody just teed off on him. And that was the Iwasaki who just laid some hat on Wisniewski. And I think it's going to be a block in the back against the Menehune. Right when Wisniewski was about ready to turn that corner.
He definitely did not block him in the back. He was unprotected, though. We're going to see the replay here.
Well, that's Rapakan who took the hit.
Ooh. Oh, I didn't.
Gonna play.
I didn't hear that clean. You know, that's the penalty, a blindside hit. That's the penalty.
Right. Definitely not a block in the back, though.
Actually,
I believe that's one of the newer rules.
This penalty looks like, that's funny. They call a penalty, but they haven't moved the ball yet. And I think it's going to go against Kauai High School. I know a penalty was called. They just haven't moved the ball yet.
I'm confused. Oh, they're going to call offsetting penalties. Okay.
Here's Wisniewski, and that goes right through the hands of his receiver who was open at about the 35-yard line. And I want to say it's Dylan Bala on. And it is. It was right there. Good throw by Wisniewski. So those offsetting penalties. But man, Iwasaki, after Rapakan got laid out, Iwasaki put some wood into the face mask of Wisniewski. Waimea is going to throw the direct snap to Rapanat. Rapanat gets a big play out of this. He's got 15, moving out near the 39-yard line. It's going to be a first down, 19-yard run.
That's a nice little wrinkle for the Menehune. I think that's the first time I've seen that this season. I like that play call.
$1:31 to go here in today's game. 17-0 Kauai High School. First and 10 for the Menehune at their own 38-yard line after a 19-yard run by Jacob Rapanat on the direct snap. Receiver in a slot to the near side. And here is Wisniewski going to throw it downfield. Lobs it up there. Here's Funi with the catch.
Nice
brought down
catch
at
by
the
Funi.
Red Raider 30-yard line. In fact, no, they're going to say the 26-yard line. That's a heck of a play. 36-yard pitch and catch. Wisniewski, his third completion of the afternoon. 2 catches, 35 yards for Justin Funi. And the Menehune, they've got something going, and they can only hope just to get that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Funi in triple coverage.
Wisniewski wanted to go play action, throws the ball. It was intended for a receiver. He tried to put a block on, went right into and out of the hands of Sean Ebwing, and that's going to be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he's really fortunate that Ebwing didn't hold on to that ball. Might have been a pick six.
54 seconds remaining. 2nd and 10, ball at the 27 of Kauai High School. His Red Raider D played a good first half. Or you can look at it as a bad offensive half by the Menehune, but in the second half, they've played outstanding.
They have.
Here's Wisniewski to throw the ball. Rolling left, he's being pressured, and they're going to sack him at the 30-yard line. And it looks like it was 52 on the sack for Kauai High School.
Yeah, Travis Gerard there on the stop.
53, excuse me. That ball goes back to the 30-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play. So that's 19 yards on 3 carries for Wisniewski. And we're going to time out on the field. And don't forget, next Saturday, we'll be at Hanapepe Stadium, Kapaa, Waimea. And that will be time for, I believe, the Waimea homecoming, I think. Whatever it is, it's going to be a great game.
One can only hope.
One thing about, over here, I can see But man, I think Waimea, you got to play that game at night. That makes that stadium just that much more better looking. Love that place at night. Remember, the Sporting News at one time rated Hanapepe Stadium as the #5 best place to watch a high school football game in America.
In America? Wow.
I can't remember the guy's name, but I did meet him when he came down and did his interviews. #5 by the Sporting News. Where's Niski? Wants to throw it, looking out to his right. Ardino Ned and Ebwing out there battling. Over, thrown out of bounds, and that'll be incomplete.
And that was a poorly thrown ball.
4th and 13. Ball at the 30-yard line of Kauai High School. 38.5 seconds to go. Now with my Kapaa High School math, you know what that means? There's 38.5 seconds left in the game.
Exactly.
Damn, I'm good. Here's Rapanat. He'll be thrown for a loss at about the 31-yard line. In fact, they're going to say forward progress to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. Now, I really believe, I think the Menehune coaching staff needs to find themselves their guy, their one guy, and work everything off of him. Just like Kauai High School, and I think they did in Butak.
Yeah.
They may have found their guy.
You know, the Menehune, this game, they decided to not start Wisniewski at quarterback. That may have hurt them. Vika Core had a very good first game against Kauai in their victory against Kauai. He hasn't touched the ball once this game.
Okay. You changing?
So not sure. I don't know what's going on during the week. You know, I'm not there, but just seems like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Monero's going to take a knee, and that'll pretty much end things for Kauai High School, or for today's game. So Red Raiders get a win on homecoming. It's always better that way.
Oh, yeah.
So both teams trade 17-0 wins. Kauai High School 1-3 on the season, Waimea 1-2.
The battle for second place is on.
So there's Kauai High School playing their fight song. And like I said, they can hammer whatever songs they play, but this one, they are the kings at this one. Love when they play this one. So officially this game is done. 17-0. Kauai High School are today's victors. And we can see some of the homecoming court out there in the track with the cheerleaders. They're lucky that track is not red dirt anymore. But there you go. Let's go ahead and take a timeout. When we get back, we'll give you some post-game numbers. It's KIF football, Kauai Sports, and Jam 98.1. We'll be right back. It's a 2-minute break.
We're back at the Vidina Stadium. 17-0 is the final. Kauai High School over the Waimea Menehune. They improved to 1-3. Waimea falls to 1-2. Just some numbers for you. Kauai High School, 204 yards of total offense. Their best output of the season, no question about that one. 190 rushing, 14 passing. Christian Monero, 1 of 2 for 14 yards throwing the football. Butak led Kauai High School, 19 carries of 119. Christian Monero, 12 carries for 33 yards. He ran for a touchdown. And let's see, Nakahiki Young, he had 7 carries for 29 yards. Ho'opi'i, 3 carries, 13 yards. For the Waimea Menehune, 112 yards of offense, 71 rushing, 41 passing. Jacob Rapinat had 51 to lead Big Blue on 9 carries. Funi had 8 carries for 27 yards. Simao Castillo, 5 carries for 22. Let's see, Gushigan Bankwell, 1 for 5. Wisniewski, 4 carries. Let's see, 12, 13, 10 yards rushing. He was also 3 of 10 passing for 36 yards, for 41 yards. So the numbers, not, for Kauai High School, very good numbers. Best of the season for Waimea. They've still got some work to do. And if they're going to get back on the winning track. So Kauai School with their first win of the season. And, your thoughts on the Red Raider effort today?
I was really impressed by the Red Raider effort. I don't know if it was the fact that it was a homecoming game, but first half they looked fairly decent, and then they had penalties that kind of stifled their progress. But that second half, they turned it around, and you said, once you get that first score of the season, everything else seems to just flow after that, and that's exactly what happened. They were able to score again, and then our mystery kicker, Benitez, comes in, kicks a nice field goal. But definitely Butak was the man for me today. He just was in beast mode, as I call it. He just ran with a sense of urgency, and the play calling was good for the Red Raiders, and it just worked out.
As we can see, the Red Raiders playing their school song. It's one of the better school songs around the state, let me tell you folks. So as we watch out, let's go ahead and take a quick timeout. When we get back, we'll have our player of the game, as well as our Grove Farm play of the game. It's KIF football on Kauai Sports and Jams 98.1. We'll be right back.
Attention, can we have everyone's attention? Do we have MC Kealoha Kernan Medina? Can you please come up to the announcer's booth? Or Michael Medina, please come up to the announcer's booth.
I guess the post-game festivities are done here at the Vidina Stadium, except for these. We got our player of the game.
It's a no-brainer for me. Damian Butak was in absolute beast mode today. He just ran bonkers. It was like 19 carries for 119 yards, and I think it's no question he's the player of our game today.
No arguments here. I think it's a good call there. Our Grove Farm player of the game is going to be, it happened early in the fourth quarter. It was Quinton Munden getting the double whammy, a block punt, and then coming up with a loose football for the score. At that time, it was just 14-0, so the game was still sort of in doubt. And it turned out to be a huge play So that's our Grove Farm Player of the Game. Congratulations to Quinton Munden, cousin. Along with the Kauai High School football program and the Kauai High School athletic department. And a big mahalo going out to Grove Farm. They'll make a nice little award to Kauai High School later on in the season. And big mahalo going out to Grove Farm. So that's a wrap here at Vidina Stadium. A big mahalo going out to our crew, persevering through our issues. And a good job there to everybody. Your last thoughts?
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to Kauai Sports, the cameraman, and HAWAIISTREAM and 98.1. But as far as the game is concerned, a little surprised that Waimea, they decided to change the quarterback first half. And like I mentioned earlier, Vika Core not getting the ball at all when he was so successful that first game against Kauai. But it'll be interesting to see when these guys play the rubber match what happens. But Kauai's got to be feeling good about themselves right now.
Well, big mahalo going out to everybody, and especially at the station, radio station, as well as our crew today. Drive safely, and we'll see you next Saturday, Kapaa, Waimea at Hanapepe Stadium. That's Rod Green. I'm Anahola Joe Pahukula. Drive safely. We'll see you next week. Aloha.
Aloha.